Hello, everyone. This is Judy's Mind Body, and I'm happy to see you today. We're going to be doing something quite different, which is to read a poem by Mary Oliver. In thinking about mind-body health work, it's sometimes overwhelming to think that we can actually bring our mind and body together. And Mary Oliver is considered a very famous poet for the yogis. This is called The Journey. One day you finally knew what you had to do and began. Though the voices around you kept shouting their bad advice, though the whole house began to tremble and you felt the old tug at your ankles, mend my life, each voice cried. But you didn't stop. You knew what you had to do, though the wind pried with its stiff fingers at the very foundations. Though their melancholy was terrible, it was already late enough and a wild night, and the road full of fallen branches and stones. But little by little, as you left their voices behind, the stars began to burn through the sheer sheets of clouds, and there was a new voice which you slowly recognized as your own, that kept you company as you strode deeper and deeper into the world, determined to do the only thing you could do, determined to save the only life you could save. And I just read this today and I thought, well, this is sort of the bind we have through mind-body work, that there's always our own voice, the voices of so many others who have done this for so many thousands of years, and who bring us together through these same wonderful thoughts of the ideas that only life you can really save is your own, right? And I think that's just so beautiful. So I was just reading this to a friend and she said, go for it. I'm going to go for this one too. So this is from the Tao Te Ching, and it's a translation by Stephen Mitchell. And the Tao Te Ching is basically the ideas of Lao Tzu, the author, who's practically he's very, very famous. He's from Confucius' time of about 551 to 479 BCE. And he might have held the position of archive keeper in one of the kingdoms of the time. But he also is compared to an Iroquois woodsman who left no traces. All he left was his book. And when Mitchell translates his work, he always puts in the feminine, which is interesting to me. And this is from chapter 2, The Gateway to All Understanding. In order to understand, we have to remain in the darkness of not knowing. Acts without doing anything. Her actions are appropriate responses. Thus, they are effortless. She embodies compassion, yet she doesn't try to be compassionate. She doesn't struggle to make money, yet she enjoys spending it when it comes to her. She goes her own way, yet accepts help gratefully and has no pride in walking alone. She's not elated by praise, not discouraged by neglect. She doesn't give even a moment's thought to right or wrong. She never has to make a decision. Decisions arise by themselves. She is like an actress who loves her role. The doll is writing the script. She teaches without saying anything. The way she buys oranges or ties her shoelaces is a teaching. And her face is more eloquent than any scripture could be. And that's why it lasts forever, not in time and space, but in quality. So it's often difficult to walk this journey of body and mind, and we often doubt ourselves. But I think these two writings suggest that we should just keep doubting ourselves and do it anyway. So with that in mind, this is Judy's Mind Body, and we're just going to go ahead. Okay, if you've got a stool, that's great. If you've got water nearby, that's even better. And I think I took mine somewhere else. Oh, there it is. Okay. So now you're going to inhale up. And this is triple burner. You're going to come through 3 energy centers, the head, the heart, and the abdomen. And why do we do this? Because this expands our consciousness, expands our breath capacity, expands our ability to feel both the sense of bringing energy in from the earth here when we come up, and then towards heaven with the palms up, bringing that heavenly energy or our thoughts all the way through our head, our heart, and our abdomen, our three Dan Tians or energy centers. So yes, we could do this standing, we could do this seated. So those of you who are not comfortable standing, please feel free to be seated today and find your own way as we have all found ours. Okay, so one more here. Inhale up and exhale down. Triple burner. Buddha picks up the earth. Now there's a great writer. We don't know who that person was, but the writings are there that we pick up the earth, we inhale here, we exhale down through the whole body towards the earth. And then we pick up the sense of working with the earth, inhale it, and push the world up into the sky with our own thoughts, helping it survive, helping each one of us survive. Inhale, push up the earth. And one more, Buddha picks up the earth, seated. Picking up a feather and letting it go is next. You're going to bring your feet out into a V on your stool if you're using one, and inhale up here with between the thumb and the forefinger, and then flatten the palm to exhale down with your breath, your movement, and your vision, all one. Building that sense of mind, body, spirit. The eyes are all part of this. What we see, what we hear, and what we do. And going to the other side, picking up a feather, inhaling it up, and slowly exhaling it down as if we were painting that vision of what we see with our own hand that flattens. And one more. And another beautiful way you can use seated practice is to do a spinal twist. So bringing your hands up in a T here, and then twisting here, inhaling, you can walk your feet over here. Take hold of the back of your stool if you have one, and just twist and look to the back of your space. And then walk the feet around to the other side and twist the spine to look the other way. And then come back to center. So there's lots of things you can do seated, and perhaps the best is the three-part breath from yoga. So bringing your left hand to your collarbones here and your right hand to your belly, or otherwise, however you want to do. One hand obviously is here and one hand is here. You're going to inhale abdomen, expansion there, rib cage, expansion here, and up to the collarbones, lift without lifting your shoulders, and exhale down. Basically, you want to get the diaphragm to work here. So inhale, expand the belly, the rib cage, the upper chest, maintain your posture, and exhale slowly down. And one more. In some ways, I think Qigong does it easier. Inhale. Slowly exhale down. Expand the belly. Inhale through the nostrils. Your tongue is probably already at the upper palate. Mine is anyway. And I'm beginning to smile because this is always quite funny to me. That we can do this both seated and standing is amazing. So the smile actually brings joy. So don't feel that you can't smile. It's a good thing to do. And one more of triple burner. A great way to begin or end your day, even seated at the TV. Okay, and now you're going to shake it out while you're there. Shake out the shoulders, shake out the hands, shake out the belly, shake out the upper chest, make your chair squeak, and then we'll move the stool and begin. So really beginning means that we need to drink. So find some water, make sure you've got it with you. And that drinking is part of what we need to do. Okay, we're going to start our Qigong now by starting with some walking. So bringing your palms behind you and pull them back. Bring the shoulders down and now release the palms down so that the third fingers are basically facing the ground. And you're going to shift towards your right. I'm mirroring you most of the time. And you're going to bring your left heel forward and just walk, heel, center of the foot, front of the foot, and then the other foot comes down, heel, center of the foot, front of the foot. And one more forward. Or maybe two more forward if you've got enough space. Good. Now you're going to go back. You put your weight now into this left foot. You're going to start putting your foot into your weight into the right foot, starting with the front of the foot back to the heel, then the next foot, and very slowly moving back, feeling the exchange of weight as you move. Good. Now, an easier way to do this is to imagine you have ropes, and ropes are fairly fat. So they're like this. So you're going to inhale forward and pull the ropes and pull the ropes. When you go back, you're going to pull the ropes again, like make them thick. Okay, we ready? Okay, find your center. Sink. Now you're in rider on horse position with your feet in a V. You're going to shift towards your right to bring your left heel forward. And these are the ropes. Ready to pull? Pull, pull. So that's really an inhale, exhale, right? Feel it right at your belly. Good. Now you're going to go back. You're going to start with your left toe and come back. Toe to heel, toe to heel. It'll still help us balance here. Just imagining they've got thick ropes. Good. Now, let's try it another way. Let's think we've got strings that are like this. And you're going to open the hands and just pull like this and squeeze. And this actually uses your muscles here too. So it's amazing how you can start putting all this together. I love it. Sink down, shift to the right, start with your left again. Open the hands like you've got a whole bunch of piano strings and you're going to go pull, pull, inhale, pull. You're still starting with your heel to the toe. Check that. Good. Now you're going to go back toe to heel. Pull, 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 pull. Okay, good. So that's just a little experiment. It does make you work with the Tai Chi or Buddhist walk, and you can make it slower on your own time. Okay, now we're going to sink down. Inhale. Sink. And we're going to bring our palms up and do a very slow triple burner. And one more. Feel your whole body awakening all the way up through your whole spine. Feel it as you exhale here and contract the belly. Feel your abdominal muscles awakening by making a sound. Inhale and make the sound shh. SH. Once again, inhale. Shh. Like the sound of water coming down. Shh. All of that begins to awaken this whole amazing apparatus we have for breathing. The accordion, expansion. Now place the tongue on the upper palate. Breathe through the nostrils. Exhale now. Feel the palms begin to engage. Those are Qigong points there. So look at them. That will help engage the energy to be brought to the fingers. My sense is that Qigong, being under what we're going to do with the 19 movements and one pose of Tai Chi Chih, is the foundation of the breath here in Qigong. And we can find how the breath works and then forget about it eventually. But these beautiful little Qigong stretches really help us remember that the breath is the guide for everything. And now come back to your center, and we'll ground that through the earth. Bring it to the heart, your middle dantian, or energy center, down to the abdomen, and up to the head. And that's the third dantian. This is the second when we come down here, and this is the primary when we come down to the abdomen, 2 inches below the navel and 1 inch inside the body. And now we're going to take it even higher to the trees and the mountains. And I have to speak, of course, living in San Francisco, that we have this absolutely magnificent landscape with lots of trees and mountains and ocean, and and it is really gorgeous. You can't live here without seeing how beautiful it is. So let's look up at the sun today, because it is very, very hot here at moments, and other times it's very cold, depending on what the sun's doing. Beautiful. And we're going to come into the propeller from Qigong, which is another spinal twist. You're going to inhale here, arms out in a T, look facing up towards heaven. Inhale at the belly, and then twist towards your right here. Abdomen, rib cage, upper chest, shoulders, head. Almost 180 degrees. But don't force it. Come back to center, inhale. And then the opposite way. The exhale is on the twist. You're now awakening all the nerves that are off the spine. Another kind of awakening of energy. The propeller. And now, just for fun, take it higher. So now you're going to take it over here. And you notice that when you take it up higher, that you automatically, your vision goes up higher too. It follows the pattern of the fingertips. So allow that to happen. Make sure you don't force the lifting of the shoulders. So breathe low. You might feel you're inhaling one way and exhaling the other this time, rather than stopping in the middle. It's more of a propeller that way. And now bring it over your head and carry something forward. Shifting to the right, left heel, like you're a waiter. Try to keep the shoulders down and breathe from the belly. Good. Now you're going to go back. Right foot first. Good. Now we're going to take that idea, fold forward from the hips, flat back, bring the backs of the palms together. Halfway down, you're going to round the spine. and feel how your fingers dangle outside the feet. Notice that we can do that if we create enough space between the belly and the feet. And now with the backs of the palms together, inhale slowly up. Open the palms, and this is the fountain. Prepare to exhale down. Take a breath in first, of course. Fold forward halfway, flatten the back, round the back here, let go. When you come up this time, we're going to do something different. Inhale. Bring the palms over your head. And we're going to bring one hand down this hip and down towards the knee, and the other hand will be going up. So it's this. And now you're going to twist, or you're going to, side bend over here and feel the hand move down the leg. Come back up. Beautiful. And side bend the other way. Good job. And essentially, we're said to be between two big, thick glass pieces of glass here. So we're not moving our body forward or back. It's just very evenly moving over them much as we can with this beautiful side bend. And if it's good for you, just look up at the hand, only if it's good, making sure that you also brace through your feet and don't fall over. I like to think of my big toe in the back foot here, this one over here. I'm going to press into it. When I bend the other way, I'm going to press into the opposite foot. That way we really begin to connect to our toes. They're stuck in shoes all the time, so we don't really get to feel them. Okay, let's feel the toes. Start from your fifth finger and your fifth toe. And then we're going to move to the thumb and the big toe, okay? Little finger, little toe. Next toe, next finger. Third toe, third finger, second toe, and great toe. That's called the great toe in yoga, that big fat toe of ours. It's also our thumb. So now go back the other way. You're going to go thumb to fifth. Okay? So big toe to little toe. See if you can do it, because we have all those toes stuck in the shoes all the time. So it takes some practice. Okay, big toe and big finger, or big thumb. Ready? 1, 2, third finger, third toe, fourth finger, fourth toe, little toe. Good. Now go back like you're playing the piano. Make it go fast. Good. Enough of that, right? So now we're going to start here. We're going to do our digit exercise. This is the air guitar. We're playing those fingers as we do a twist here. So start back here and twist and come up and come back and come center. Good. Now we'll go the opposite direction. This side, your left side up towards the right. This way. And you can add some voice. Aha. Or whatever you want to do here. Ahi. Ahi. Make it go high if it'll do that. Ahu. Ahu. Good. And now shake it all out. You're going to start from your feet all the way up. This is a Qigong move. Shake, 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 shake all over and be a ghost. Woo. Great. Go into the dark night, as Mary Oliver says. Okay, shake it out. Excellent. All right, so I think we've done good work with that. And now, of course, we have to come to our next items, which are the owl, and transition into some aerobic stuff, so that we fully are warming up our body and our mind and our breath. The owl, bring the palms behind you. Bring the fingers together like this, back there. Bring the shoulders down. Now bring the shoulders back, bring the arms back and feel how open the chest is here. And then find the point up here in the back of your skull that's moving towards the heavens, and just feel that. Good. Now let it go, because you're going to become the owl. So you're sort of stuck in your morning hole. It's not a very big hole. and you're going to look out over the plains. So moving your eyes towards your right and the head over the shoulder. And now towards the center. What is out there this morning that I can eat? Ah, maybe I'll see that little bird over there. Yeah, they actually eat things whole, the owls do. And now over here, come back to center. And now back to your right. The owl, I like the slowness of that. Bring your chin to your chest. This is going to be exploring bringing the head up. So the chin to the chest. And now inhale up as comfortable as far as you can go for yourself. Some people don't like bringing the head back, but see what you can see. How high can you see? Or you can even bring the upper spine back a little bit to look up. That helps. And now bringing the chin down towards the chest. And one more, bringing the head up slowly. Only as far as is good for you. Keeping the shoulders down. Come back to center. And now we're going to do some head rolls. Chin to chest, moving this way and around. And then chin to chest and moving this way and around. Ready? Do hold the shoulders down there. Okay. Release down. And now to your right, up and around. And you can open the eyes or not. I like to close mine personally. I want to feel what this is as I bring one ear towards one shoulder and one ear towards the other shoulder. I don't want to really see anybody. Okay. Now to come back to center, we'll go the opposite direction to the left and around. Ear to left ear to left shoulder and around to the other side. Sometimes one side's a lot better at this than the other. But if you keep the shoulders down, it really does help that connection between your neck and your upper shoulder area. Good. Shoulder rolls are first in the line of rolls that we're going to do. This is now going to be forward, up, back and down. After the head rolls, we do these. And I like to bring my fingers around the upper arm here as I release the elbows out and around also, so that I'm involving my upper arm, my elbows, my wrists, and my fingers. The idea of connecting all our joints. Good. Now start from the back and move forward. And now the chest kind of seems like it caves in, but the value is that it opens up the back. Look at how open it is back there. We just don't want that opening. Basically, we want the shoulders to roll down the back. So we'll come back to this and let them roll because that opens the chest. And you want the chest open for Tai Chi or yoga or whatever you're doing so that you can breathe better. Good. Now we'll bring the arms out into a T and roll the fingers, the wrists, the elbows, upper to the shoulders. And notice how we're not locking the elbows here. We may have locked them a little bit with the propeller when you're out there fully, but this is more relaxing now. And now go the opposite direction. It's kind of like flying in a way. Doesn't it feel like that? And then bring your elbows close to the body, but not tight. And you're just going to roll the wrists. And the arms are getting a nice little easy workout here. The hands are not tense. The fingers are relaxed and open. The wrists seem to be working. And if you like, you can always do faster circles, but basically we're moving towards the idea of slowness, continuity, circularity, and all of this that is not particularly fast. But the next thing we're going to do is going to be fast. Okay, so we're going to do the idea of the crawl stroke. So this isn't fast, but it's fuller. and you can use your legs or not. So I sometimes like to use my knees to get my knees relaxed here. You know, there's kind of need to be spongy for the Tai Chi Chih. So I want to just feel that I can do whatever I like here, but let the back heel go as I do my crawl. That looks good. Some of you are really going up there, but make it only work for you. So if you've got that kind of arm movement available, hey, go for it. Good. And that's flexibility. We all need it. Now we're going to do this backstroke business. And it also is freeing, but you can add movement if you want to. It doesn't seem like it works for me. Up to you. Total freedom to explore. Good. Breaststroke. Palms are like this. And I like to add a sound because I want my abs to be working. Inhale. And to go now go swish. Like SWISH. 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 Good. Very nice. Okay, butterfly. That may be a bit much. Let's take it back and see if we can make it more gentle. Beautiful. Okay, which brings us to the hips. Hips forward, side, back, side. Circling the hips, you want to, of course, reach all of those points. The point where the body moves forward here with the hips, where it moves over here to the right and there, and then come back, and then to the left, so that you've got a full circle. So once again, it doesn't need to be fast. And then we go the opposite way. So we're going to go this way, forward, then left, back, side, forward. Good. And you should begin to feel, I think I sometimes like to put my thumbs on my hip bones here. So I can open up the whole spine here and not crouch forward at all. Lengthen the spine while you do this. Good. Now you might want to bring your feet together because we're going to come down to our knees. But we'll start up here. Inhale, fold forward from the hips, flat back, halfway. Take hold of the ligaments outside of the knees and circle towards your right, forward, left, back. So I think that's probably clockwise for you. And now we're going to go the other way. Now this is going to be counterclockwise when it goes from right to left. Good, but you've hit all the same points you had with your hips, right? Now you're going to straighten the legs, but not tighten the knees exactly. Just slide down with your fingers down the shins. Open the feet and inhale back up, because our next thing will be to do some work with that's more aerobic. So come down again, exhale. And this is going to be knocking at the gates. This is a prep for Tai Chi Chuan, but it's really great for us too. As we hit our buttocks back there, not super hard, but enough so that we can feel it. We're also passing through the front body at the abdomen with our upper arms, or lower arms, sorry. Yeah, you can feel that come across there. The elbows seem to touch in front, and the hands seem to touch in back. Good. Now you bring it up just under the breast. So this is for our kidney area back here. And only if it's good for you, right? Because we don't all have bodies without injuries at the moment, I think. Some of us do. Now you're going to tap your lung points here. We can all do this. This is just right near the upper arm here, right outside the breasts and right above. And we're going to tap down in a moment. Here, tap down, fold forward from the hips now, and tap the inside of the legs and the outside. Come back up. You can bend your knees through there. Make sure you add wherever you can, release those knees. Good. And when you come up this time, let's go to the arm, at the top of this arm and down. This tapping brings fresh energy or chi to the blood vessels and the skin. It's really good for us. I don't think I want to comb my hair now because I've got a microphone on, but if you like to, you can comb through with your fingernails, and it's really good for curls. I got sick a while back and I didn't have any. So I'm really into curls now because I know my hair is more better when there's something happening there. Not that it's just, okay, so work on that. And then let's tap the face a little bit. And you can do these points on the edge of your ears if you don't have a microphone on. Start at the top here and then move down 7 times. 4, 5, 6. You pinch a little lightly and pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at the bottom. And there's other little Qigong based things you can do. I like this one, which is monster hands like this, your hands like that. And you're going to come down the body like with points. It has the effect of really coming through your body and come back up and come down the arm. I like the idea of monster hands because they really look like, ah. Or this is another one. I've seen this one, cat scratching. Scratch like cats. Good. Okay. All of that just gets us much more relaxed and it's kind of fun. Okay, now we come to a little bit of yoga. These are just Hatha Yoga possibilities because I like to make the difference between the chi in that we have in this practice of Tai Chi Chih and yoga, which is really always where the palms are touching. But in fact, what I love about the Qigong is that most of the time we're feeling the energy between the palms and they don't touch. But let's touch right now. Here's your yoga prayer. There's your beautiful exhale to the abdomen. Feel the abs come in. And here's your beautiful expansion with your inhale. And many yoga classes always start with something like this because it's so centering. One more. Beautiful. Okay, now we're going to come back with the Qigong. So is Qigong here just to feel the palms separate now. Watch the palms as they come down. You actually, by watching them, have the effect on them that you can really feel the chi moving to the fingers. Kind of increasing the awareness of the Legong points between the palms, these center points. When the hands don't touch, you can still feel something. Feel energy, chi. Good, and let's open them apart now and do our accordion again and really look at them as they move together, only they're not going to touch. Expansion here with the inhale, opening the ribs, and now contraction of that whole area all the way down to your abdomen. And feel the chi building as you watch it. My hands turn red. They kind of get embarrassed when I point them out, I think. Do hands get embarrassed? I don't know. And now shake it out. And we are ready to begin with Tadasana, the mountain pose. Feeling like a mountain today. Feel your feet, your toes. Go all up the body like you're doing kind of a noticing of it, your shins, your calves, your knees, your thighs, your abdomen, your rib cage, your upper chest, your fingers, your wrists, your forearms, your upper arms, and your shoulders. And then this point in the back of the head that we call the connection up with a string. And before we start our Tai Chi Chih, we'll get one more moment here for hydration. So get your water. Tai Chi Chih. 19 movements and one pose. Begins with rocking motion. Rocking forward to the front of the foot, rocking back towards the heels. Hardly lifting, but feeling the energy move through the foot, just like it did in your Tai Chi walk. But this time moving back to the heels with both feet, all 3 points of each foot. So 6 points here, the front of each foot with 2, and the back at the heel with 1. And add your figure 8, because in adding the figure 8, where you pick up energy here, turn that 8 around and exhale it back down. You're celebrating the ancient roots of health and vitality and the connection of mind, body, and spirit. 3 things are within this 8. Here's the bottom of it, here's the middle, and here's the top. And as Mary Oliver poem so beautifully said today, this is our journey. We're now walking through space and time with this ancient move of rocking motion. With its slowness, its connected feeling or continuity, its circular feeling, since so much of our life is involved with circles. And the idea of we move this all through our center body, up and down through the whole spine and the front body as well. So breathe into the low spine. Breathe it up towards the shoulders and then breathe it down on the exhale. And feel your whole spine working with your front body, not just the front body, but how this is all so connected all the way through, from the inside out. And then we'll sink it through the earth. And we'll double ground it. Inhale it to the heart. Exhale it to the abdomen. And our next move will be bird flaps its wings, feet are in a V, then heels just turn in a little bit here. You inhale and sink, releasing the heels up, but you're on the forward part of the foot. Inhale, all 3 points of the foot, each foot. Lengthen, sink to the front of the foot. Inhale, and then the third sinking, one wrist circle forward for bird flaps its wings. And inhale back. 2 more cycles. Notice the rising on the inhale, the sinking on the exhale. And the beautiful way we can now move our wrists without any effort. Last one, a bird flaps its wings. It's a 3x3 move, making the noble number of 9, which is numerologically good for us in Chinese work. Now we're going to shift to the right, release the left heel. We're going to come forward right at the sternum here. You're going to do your circle here on the inhale. And on the exhale, you'll be sending the energy back to the back leg. As you inhale here and exhale right opposite the heart, you're connecting both hemispheres of the brain with your inhale, exhale. Feel that too, because that's all really important for the mind-heart connection. Breathe into the belly, contract back at the abdomen. Two more of around the platter in chest high water. Bring the left foot back in. Inhale to sink it through the earth. To shift the energy to the left this time and release your right heel for the same move around the platter. Notice how the circle starts outside this arm and moves all the way around to the other side. It starts outside the knee, theoretically, in terms of space, whatever knee is forward, which happens to be your right. And the body's just going forward and back. It's the hands that do this circle here. It's a minimalist practice, so the idea is to not work too hard, even though I really do like to work hard. Okay, one more. It's not really work, it's play. Bring the foot back down and bring it in and inhale and exhale. And double ground it. Bring it to your heart again and exhale it. And let's bring it a little bit higher to the head because we need to really extend the spine to do all this and to breathe the best we can for our bodies. It takes some length here and all the way up. Open up to the sun and the beautiful weather that we all have wherever we are most of the time. Because it's spring. And shift over to the right and bring the left forward. Around the platter variation, we'll pick up a ball of energy over here and sink it and bring it around. Sinks right there opposite the heart. Starts right here at your left side. Around the platter variation in chest high water. Two more on that side. Beautiful. Bring the foot back. Inhale to exhale it down. And shift it towards the left. Release your right. Around the platter variation, right side. Feel the inhale forward. And now at the very end of the heel lifts in back. And now at the very end of that glide, the toe lifts in front. Feel the glide in the center. Smiling helps to feel the joy of this. See if you can feel a little smile underneath the eyes, just coming on. And one more here. A round of platter variation comes to a graceful conclusion. We inhale here to the heart and exhale it down. We're next going to move towards the right here with our weight. Bring the left heel forward for bass drum. This is going to be outside the breasts. It's going to come down here around the rim of the drum. Inhale up and exhale back, bringing the elbows and the hips with it. It's all beginning to connect our joints. Bass drum. Breathing in, breathing out. Last one on our left here. Foot comes back in, we ground it into rider on horse position. Sink it. Shift to the left to bring the right heel forward. Bass drum. Feel the polarity between the palms. It's building here. Those Legong points are looking at each other all the way through the drum, even as the palms move outside the body here, surrounding us with chi. With energy. And last one on your right side. Bring the foot back and celebrate by double grounding it here. It's a beautiful move because the palms are doing the same thing on both legs. Bring it up higher to the head. I'll bring it all the way up because it's so beautiful here today. The end of the week. Like a celebration of weather. All right, now we're going to shift over to the right, bring the left heel forward. This will be daughter on the mountaintop. She starts at the bottom of the mountains, two of them. She comes down through the central trail, and when that happens, the left hand stays behind at her heart, and the outside hand crosses right at the heart. Breathing in, breathing out all the way down here to your abdomen. Feeling the expansion of that area and the contraction down. But maintaining our posture, long in the spine and open in the chest. Now let's focus on the back heel. Let's let it move at the last second and the toe in the front at the last second of that forward back shift. Because the slowness affects the weight shift here. We glide through the middle and then we release the toe in front. Glide through the middle and then we release the heel and back, but not right away. Let's say that's 9 there. I'm not sure, but it seems like it works. Inhale, sink it through the earth. And think about those 2 mountains. Those mountains you climbed your whole life, or those hills. Open the palms, shift to the left, bring your right foot forward, and move to the top of 2 mountains here. It's the heart shape in which the left hand is still close to the heart. Open. And as you come back, remember what it was like to be on the top of the mountains. As you come back down to the ground, through the central trail. There's a lot of metaphor for life in here, because the Taoists really learned a lot from animals and nature. So this is all based on that work here. Qigong is based on that. And Tai Chi Chih is under the umbrella of Qigong. A lot of similarities. And make that almost the last one more of Daughter on the Mountaintop. And bring the right foot back in. Inhale and sink it through the earth with not too much gusto, but certainly a feeling that you have the chi in your fingers and your palms. So let's do it again. Bring it to the heart and up above that, all the way up to the stars, and exhale slowly down in relaxation response. A slow exhale all the way down to the abdomen, if we can do it. Take a breath when you need it. And that's really good. Let's shake it out for a moment. Good. And our next move is the companion move of Daughter in the Valley. You're going to start here, shifting to the right, bringing your left heel forward. You're on top of the mountains now. You're going to come down through the central trail and up here through it. And you inhale forward with the palms in great deal of proximity here. This is called polarity. Probably the strongest move we have in terms of that. Here's really cultivate that chi. Inhale. Beautiful. And one more here on your left side. Good. Bring the foot back in. Inhale to sink it through the earth. Shift to the left. Release your right. Daughter in the valley starts on the mountains and comes down around them and in through the central trail on the inhale. Back foot's 45-degree angle to the front. If you probably are doing that if you're coming from rider on horse, but just to mention that. Feel the energy building between the palms there. Can you feel it in your fingers? Enjoy that. Just that awareness is really important part of this. Two more. Last one. Beautiful. Foot comes back in. And we're ready to move to our next move, which is going to be carry the ball to the side. So slowly walking over to your right to prepare. And we're going to sink down. Wind up here with that hip and with the palms, shift into this yan leg here, the leg that has the bent leg. And the other leg moves out here, the yin leg. And now shift over to the yin leg and it becomes yan. 2. And the third shift, bring in the outside leg, your right leg comes in. because we're moving to the left. Feel the softness of the palms, the softness of the elbows, the softness of all your joints. And now let your knees be part of it. Let them be released too. 1. And bring the hips underneath to support the upper body. Good. And now we'll go across again, wind up this way. Release your right heel and move to the right. And notice how just simply the weight of the arms moving with the weight shift allows for this beautiful move. And we're going to start back now. We'll do our final 3. Wind up. Even softer, even slower. Good. Sink it. And last one. Beautiful. It's beginning to feel kind of amorphous, which is what we need, really. Okay, so our next 2 moves are also considered companion moves. And the first is push, pull, and the second is pulling in the energy. Shifting to the right, bring your left heel forward. Push with the heel of the hand down a little bit and then up, bringing the fingers up. Now turn the wrist around towards your heart. Inhale. Push is the exhale. Pull is the inhale. It's a forward back move, of course. It's also been called giving and receiving energy when those palms turn around, when it gets to your chest and comes back to your heart. Let's do 2 more here on this left side. Good. Now bring in the left foot. Sink it into the earth. Shift over to the left to release the right. And starting with the heel of the hand, push out on the exhale. Inhale back towards the heart. And enjoy this beautiful move of reverse breathing here as you exhale forward, which is unusual. And inhale back to the heart. Connecting the heart and mind and body. Three more. Last one of push, pull, which leads us to the magnificent idea of pulling in the energy from the farthest star in the universe, which is next. Let's double ground that one. And let's take this one a little bit higher because of where the inner meaning of the next one is that we're connecting to the stars. So I like to make a higher grounding on this myself, which helps to relax the body. And when you have the slow hands coming down here, it's like the rays of the sun at the end of the day, which lead to the night. Pulling in the energy from the farthest star in the universe, shifting to your right and preparing with your palms up, bringing the fingers fully towards the stars, inhaling here in a circle. It's also been called a visualization. What do we want from the farthest star today? That when you go to bed, if you can see them and it's a clear night, what would you ask for? Something wonderful for you, for the world, for your community. Maybe that. Peace, generosity. Two more here. Bringing the energy in from the farthest star we can see into our fingertips tonight. And bring the foot back here. Inhale and exhale. And shift your energy towards the left to bring your right heel forward, or the same thing on the opposite side, pulling in the energy through the fingertips, breathing it in, releasing it. It's such a magic moment. I think of this as that we're really looking through the third eye here, which is the center of the forehead. It's not looking at me or at your screen, but at something above that. Looking to the stars, I guess. Last one. Inhale the foot. Sink the energy through the earth and double ground it. Because we're going to hydrate for a moment before we start our taffies, but they are next. Okay, a little bit of water. That way we can all toast each other with water. Basic taffy. Bringing your left hand under the right elbow. Bringing your left heel out to the side and pulling with the hand underneath is your invite hand. It pulls you to the left and bring in the outside foot. Now your right hand is underneath and it's saying, okay, we're going to go this way. So go that way. Make sure that you feel the knees relaxed here, but never so relaxed that you're bending down very far. So the knee doesn't need to go beyond the big toe. Keep the spine long, especially when you inhale and exhale. Feel the changes here. Bring the abdomen right under, the buttocks right underneath your upper body. And feel the settling on the exhale. basic taffy. Our primary move here will have 3 variations, but first we do 9 of these, or something like that. You get a sense of when it's enough. Like right there. Inhale and sink it into the earth. And we'll double ground it because we finished the primary move of the tappies, and then the next 3 are variations. So now we're going to once again move forward and then to the left. So your left foot will move forward. Left hand is underneath. You open the hips, sink it down, and then you move towards your left. But the right hand seems to be supporting the back yin leg. So notice that too. It's fun. Anchor taffy suggests that we are, each of us, a boat here. And as we pull over here to the shore, we pull in this anchor leg that was not moving. And then the next time, the other leg has become the anchor. It stays back until you pull it in right here. That looks beautiful. We're all moving in continuity here. Sort of like sea creatures. It's beautiful. And we'll make this the last one. Anchor taffy comes to a graceful conclusion. And we'll double ground it just because I like to. Our next move involves sinking and rising, and it's circles taffy. Inhale here, sink. Your feet are in a V here. Make sure they're there. 2, 3, not a very big one, but the toes move out a little bit to the side. It helps. Sink, rise, inhale. Right hand under, pulling you to the side. Bring in the foot, sink, and another one. Let's do 2 more. First, we're going to move to your right. Sink it, and now we're going to move to the left. Beautiful. So nice to work with you guys. You're so, it's like working with the ocean. Okay, now we're going to do perpetual motion taffy. Don't forget to flex the foot here and bring the heel down gently, not too crashingly. Some people don't lift it at all. I was corrected by one of my students that I must do that because it's perpetual movement perpetual moving thing, and it involves the heel step here. So the heel step is the heel to the toe. And if you feel that, you can really feel your toes here before you move to the other side. Heel to toe. When you feel the toes, you've reached it, it's time to go to the other side. And you can also bring this heart protector move here if you like. You bring the palm all the way down through the upper arm on the inside and past the hand. That also is a Qigong move. So we can add that in. It's kind of nice, I think. It keeps us from going too fast. And that way you feel the chi move all the way across the inside of the arm and down through the hand. It's really a lot of energy that we can play with. And back to rest. So the tappies come to a graceful conclusion with that particular move, perpetual motion taffy. And now we're coming to the next move, which is working the pulley. Your left hand will come forward and your left heel, and your right hand is underneath this hip. And as you move, the left hand moves under the hip here and pulls you across. Even though we're supposed to theoretically not make this too wide a move. So if you imagine that we're touching each other's shoulder here, even on Zoom, it promotes this more of a minimalist turn here, rather than all the way over there somewhere. So more contained. And it's really very much a swim move. Notice how the one hand moves out, and then when it comes down, it moves under the hip. And we'll bring that left foot back in now. Sink it down. This is called working the pulley. We just did it on the left side. We're going to double ground it. Then we're going to shift over to the left to bring the right heel forward and the left hand under the hip now. And we start again, keeping knee, hip, ankle together so that we don't torque anything. You can kind of move from the hips here and you'll get the idea that there's a swivel of that foot that's inherent in this. Once you learn it, it doesn't have to be a big, wide turn, but there's a lovely kind of connection to the foot here. And we'll say this is 9 here, even if it's more. And we've finished working the pulley. We're going to double ground it. And our next moves will be light at the top of the head and light at the temple. So we sink down, feet in a V. We bring the palms right over the crown of the head, if that's possible, or forward, whatever's good for you. And we sink and rise and let it go. Sink. Light at the top of the head. 3 of these. Circle the palms with the fingertips up, like you're circling the Tao symbol of the circle. Hold it there, inhale it, sink and rise. And let it go into the earth. And back to your heart on the inhale. Open the legs a little bit. Let's come down for a moment again. Feet in a V. Light at the temple. This is our most important temple. Sink and rise. Let your energy go. Out into the earth. And back to your heart with your left hand at the top here. Inhale. Sink it down. And now a little bit more space for our next move, which is going to be joyous breath. Inhale. Come to the balls of the feet and exhale down 4 times, bringing the feet down on the third. It's very yawn, very masculine feeling, very powerful. Enjoy the power. And last one. Beautiful. Let's make that slowing down now a little more defined before we do passing clouds, which is much softer than that. Let's do a few groundings here. Bring it all the way up over the head once here. So we lengthen and we don't stay with our low squat positions. Exhale down. Passing clouds, all things change. We move with the change. Exhale. And here we let the mirror hand, which is passing with the face now, or here, we let it go. Outside, as a true Taoist, we would say, okay, we're going to follow that mirror hand because we want to see all the colors, all the trees, all the mountains, the sky, feel it, smell the flowers of spring, all of that. So you might change it then. I like to go with what seems like the intention of the practice. What's behind all this? Thousands of years of looking at our beautiful world and trying to keep it sane and beautiful and respectfully. Part of this passing clouds is seeing how the clouds seem to change, but yet they come back, blue sky returns. Good, now let's bring the foot in. Let's double ground it. And triple ground it, because we're almost coming to our beautiful last 6 healing sounds. We'll take it up even higher, because these are truly our most important organs that we want to take care of. And they are, of course, the heart, ho, the spleen, hu, the liver, tsu, the lungs, sh, the triple heater, shi, and the kidneys, tri. Okay, ho, hu, tsu, sh, shi, tri. And we do them without any sound, but on Zoom, it doesn't come through if I do that. So I'll add some sound. Left hand, left foot. Ho, hu, tsu. Right hand, right foot. Sh, shi, tri. Repeat. Ho, hu, tsu, sh, shi, Tree, last one, 5 trees when we get there. Oh, Hu, Tsu, Shi, Shi, Tree. Turn the palms upside down. Tree, 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 tree. Mixing the energy of yin and yang, all the opposites, night and day, the seasons, fall, spring, the ideas, negative, positive, male, female, all the opposites in the universe. And we come into cosmic consciousness. Pose your left heel towards your right ankle bone. It's like coming into the tree in yoga. Bring it up. Inhale down, bringing your left hand closer to the heart. Look over the window of eternity and through it with the consciousness that this is very ancient practice and the beauty of our receiving it in 1974 with the work of Wen-Shan Huang, teacher of Justin Stone, who created 19 movements in one pose, Tai Chi Chih. And thank you for your beautiful practice today.